Paul, last year you made a visit back to Chile.
Yes, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
after all this time wondering about,
Yeah. What was that about?
Well, it was particularly for the 40th anniversary of the coup. Last year was 2013, right? And the coup in Chile, the overthrow or the disgraceful destruction of the elected government of Salvador Allende, the murder of Victor Jara and so many other thousands of people, the torture and exile and disappearance of so many people and so on. That occurred in 1973, September the 11th, 1973, the first 9/11. And so 40 years later, we were doing two things really. First was the memory of what had happened, because with 9/11 US, the attacks on the Twin Towers and so on, the media, the sort of what we say, the bought media, totally wipes out Chile. Never refers to what happened in Chile, and says, well, this was a terrible thing happened to us. It's just like what we did to Chile. No, they never say that, of course. So anyway, we were therefore, it was really important to make a big deal of it, particularly again because a lot of the people who were involved in the coup were now up in their 70s, like myself, and who knows whether we're going to be there at 50 years in the 50-year anniversary. So it was a big event, a big important time. And the other thing was that the Jara family and others have set up a campaign called Justicia para Victor, Justice for Victor. And they have, in Chile, they have about, I think it's between 6 and 7 of the 8 officers that played Russian roulette with him to kill him in the stadium at the end of during the actual days of the coup. He was probably killed on the 15th after 2 or 3 days, 14th or 15th after 2 or 3 days of torture by Russian roulette, if you can imagine it. And so they have them under lock and key, or at least house arrest. One of them is still in the United States, one of the 2 intellectual authors. His name is Pedro Barrientos Núñez, and he is supposedly a United States citizen, although he got to become such under false pretenses. Apparently he lied on his application. So he is already in trouble with the US authorities. But the Chileans wanted to get him extradited to Chile to face charges. So the campaign Justicia para Victor, Justice for Victor, is about all of that. But as Joan says always, it's also, and really even more importantly, about justice for all those whose names are known only to their loved ones, the little people that nobody hears about, the people that Victor would sing about and did sing about and sing with, And the idea is that if we can get justice for Victor Jara, that'll be like breaking the dam of justice and all this. So this was also happening. So these two things really, and I'd written a song. The song started actually in 1991 when I was in Chile at an event to reclaim the stadium where Victor had been killed. It's called the Estadio Chile in those days. It's now called Estadio Victor Jara, a basketball stadium down in the south of Santiago, where they used to have concerts as well. So it was like a cultural center. 5,000 people it would hold in the bleachers. And it was used as a concentration camp, torture center, death camp during the coup. And so I went in 1991. Joan invited me to stay at her house, and I went and stayed there and played Victor's guitar.
Joan was Victor's wife.
Joan
were travelling with her.
Yeah. Well, she lives in Santiago. She went back. She was in exile. Luckily, she has being British, she had a British passport, and so they didn't either torture her or kill her. They exiled her with her 2 daughters, Manuela and Amanda. eventually she went back, I think in the mid-80s, something like that, and was living in Chile then, again, in the house that they had shared, Victor and she. And in the house was his guitar, and she said to me, you know, you play it. And I said, don't be silly, you know, I can't play Victor Jara's guitar. And she said, don't be silly, you. Victor always said, we're not stars, we're workers, we're cultural workers. And his guitar was his tool, like his hammer. So he'd play it, and so I did. And
Let's hear this song.
the song about
Yes.
Victor? Okay, sure.
Do it in,
Okay.
do it in English.
All right, okay, then. And took a long time to come out. The
And, you were saying you were sitting in a garden somewhere and that inspired you.
yeah, in his own garden, in their
Yeah.
garden. And I'd just been playing his guitar. It wasn't at the time I wasn't playing his guitar. And the line came into my head. I thought I heard sweet Victor singing in the night. Both the words and the music. And then it went inside and took ages before it came out. And eventually it did. And this is the original version in English. Victor was a worker. He loved his people so. He sang and laughed and labored, watched their spirit grow. But our free world crushed his Chile, killed Victor in its pride. Yet I thought I heard a sweet Victor singing in the night. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. Keep on singing out for justice. Don't give up the struggle now. Well, he saw a vision clearly. He saw that vision strong. And the echoes of his music, they're still binding up arms. They toil for hungry children, they fight for human rights. I thought I heard a sweet Victor singing in the night. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. Keep on singing out for justice. Don't give up the struggle now. It was in the cold, dark stadium that they swore they'd beat him down. They broke his wrists and fingers, saying, sing now if you can. But his love, his song, his courage, no Pinochet could fight. And I thought I heard a sweet Victor singing in the night. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. Keep on singing out for justice. Don't give up the struggle now. Well, the monsters many had, the monster seemed so strong. The banks, the oil, the TV, the pressure to belong. It's often hard and lonely, for bitter is the fight. I thought I heard the sweet Victor laughing in the night. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. Keep on singing out for justice. Don't give up the struggle now. I heard the young birds flutter as they flew from tree to tree. Saw the sun rise in the morning, heard the baby running free. So the beauty and the glory felt the whisper of the night, and I'm sure I heard the sweet guitar singing. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. Keep on singing out for freedom, don't give up the struggle now. Don't give up, oh don't give up, don't give up the struggle now. So keep on singing out for justice, don't give up the struggle